Imagine explaining this to someone in 2012. Star Citizen hits $1 billion in crowdfunding, and it's still in early access. Destiny 2 gears up for its final big update, and we've got a fresh batch of winners from the Canadian Game Awards to celebrate. It's a packed week on the GOG cast, so let's get into it.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast, your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of the show. This is episode number 541, and joining me around this digital table is Catherine. Hey, Catherine.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm all right. Yourself?
I'm good, thanks. Joelle seems to be doing well. She had her surgery on Friday. I see her very active in Discord, so that's good.
Yeah.
So glad she's on the mend. Let's get through some housekeeping. If you enjoyed the show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to support us by giving us a tip, maybe buying us a coffee, you can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. So yeah, missing Joelle this week. How about you? You have a good week?
Pretty good, yeah. Had a busy weekend. Friday, I went to hang out at my bestie's place. She made nachos and slushy drinks, and we sat on her backyard to enjoy the good weather. Kept it quite simple. Saturday, I met with Kyle Darth from the Discord. Mm-hmm. We had pizza. I had some PlayStation 5 games he had lent me to give him back to him. We did what we usually do, talk the shit, talk about games, talk about work.
Nice.
Talk about stuff. And then I ran some errands. And then yesterday, my bestie came on Sunday because it was raining. And she was like, couch day. I was like, couch day. And I was feeling a bit under the weather also. And I had just resubbed to Game Pass. And she made me download and install Diablo 4.
Nice. Also, look at all of us resubbing to Game Pass.
I know. Yeah. So she's a big Diablo 3 fan, but only has a Switch, and Diablo 4 has yet to come to the Switch. I don't know if they are porting it. She doesn't have the computer to run it. She doesn't have another console. She's like, should I get a fucking PlayStation or an Xbox? I'm like, even used, they're so expensive, girl. Just to play this one game. So let's see if this like gave her the itch so bad that she might start shopping for a used Xbox or a used PlayStation.
You never know.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. It was a lot of puttering around with friends, with people.
Nice.
Yeah. How about you? Crazy work week still?
Yeah. Oh my God. But I think we're going to have a wee bit of a reprieve before FIFA starts because being the broadcaster, we're very heavily involved. But that's fun. Because, like, how often do you get to work on, like, the biggest sporting event in the world coming to your country in the town that you live in, the city you live in? Like, I sit back sometimes and I'm like, if I was to tell teenage Leah the shit that she got to work on, what she got, like, damn, it's some pretty, you know, and I'm sure everybody goes through this where you get into the meat and potatoes of your job and the, you know, the stuff that's like not so much fun and it's really easy to dwell on, you know, the crappiness of it all. And then there's other days where you just step back and you're like, man, that's some cool stuff I get to do.
The amount of celebrities you meet.
The stuff, the stuff I get to touch. It's kind of wild. There's a project that I've been working on for a while that will be launched by the time this podcast comes out. Comes out tomorrow for us. and a new podcast that I've been working on with my teams that I've been working on. And then, and then FIFA, which is wild. And then we've got some other big events happening where I'm going to get to work on a project with Evanescence and another one with Shinedown. I mean, like, seriously, I can't complain.
No,
not at all. I really can't. But this weekend, I'm not going to lie, I kind of crashed hard, which was good because did a lot of catch up in shows in Subnautica. That's not really catch up. That's just more me enjoying Subnautica. But it's going to be weird this week because I have no Survivor. Season 50 just finished, and I really do enjoy that show, and I've been following it now ever since COVID started because there was nothing else to watch, and I binged like all of Survivor because I was that sick. And The Boys is done, and like I was behind by a few episodes, and Mike and I caught up on Friday night, so that was good. And Formula One weekend in Montreal just completed. It was kind of sad that George couldn't finish the race because he was doing so good, and that's my guy. But summer's here when F1 is on in Montreal, even though now it's like almost like 2 to 3 weeks earlier than it used to be.
I was going to say, like, that was a choice to bring it up that far up in May. They were lucky to get this good of a weather, to be honest.
I don't know
May is a mixed bag.
I don't know if that's a thing in like the US or anything, but I always find that it doesn't matter where you are in Canada, May 2-4 weekend, we call it 2-4 on purpose because you drink a 2-4 beer. Like that's, but it also lands around the 24th of May, but not this year. It was earlier.
Yeah.
May 24th weekend. Victoria Day holiday was actually the weekend before. It was Memorial Day in the US. But yeah, it's definitely a mixed bag of weather. You never really know what you're going to get. And Bruno Mars was supposed to play here in Toronto on Saturday night, and it poured so heavily that they had to cancel it. Now it's postponed to the 31st.
Oh,
so yeah,
that's sad.
we were like, man, if this is what Montreal is getting on Sunday for race day, I'm like, oof, are they going to be able to race? But it held out, so it was good.
Most of the rain, it was like drizzling all of Sunday, enough to be like, let's be indoors.
Yeah.
But I would say the downpour happened overnight. Like I remember the cat waking me up in the middle of the night to get his midnight snacks, and I was like, "Rah." I was like, what's that sound? And it was just like, I realized it was pouring rain outside.
Mm.
And it kind of stopped this morning. So they got lucky.
They did get lucky. So yeah, but now it's supposed to heat up the rest of the week. So we're in it
tomorrow's
now.
Gonna be
it's almost June. It's almost June. That means it's almost Summer Games Fest.
Mm-hmm.
So it is not this Friday night, but next Friday night. That is Summer Games Fest. So that's going to be fun. I'm pretty sure I got that right. Am I right, Kat? It's not this week, it's next week.
It's June. Yeah, that would be June 12th.
It's not this Friday night, it's next Friday night. Yeah, I got it right.
Yeah, so June 12th.
No, it's June 5th. June
5th?
12th is FIFA. It's before FIFA.
Shit, we're still in May. It's me. That's a me problem. We are May 25th today.
We are May 25th. But yeah. So yeah, no, all things considered, things are starting to chill out a little bit, but we'll see. As soon as FIFA hits, I'm in the thick of it. But Mike today just joined the PC Master Race.
Congrats.
He literally bought it online, and then went and picked it up from Best Buy and came home with it. So he now has a better computer than I do.
For now.
Until I decide to upgrade my graphics card. But no, I'm fine with what I've got for now. But I'm really curious to set that up for him and try the new Forza Horizon 6 that just came out, because I think that's going to be a time and a half in a full race rig.
Oh, I gotta try. I gotta try his race rig when I come over.
When you come, it's all yours. You're gonna love it, and then that's it. Kat's just gonna sim all the time. All right, let's get through some Fantasy Critic in the podcast league. We had a few games release on Tuesday, May 19th. finally, Forza Horizon 6 came out in full, so then it got locked into the actual league standings. Critic of 91, points 21. Way to go, Kat.
Wow.
That's a
on
chunk
my
of points that's on your list, girl.
Oh, yeah.
You got a few more points on Thursday, the 21st of May. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book release. Critic of 79, points of 9. And then Joelle got a few points on Friday, May 22nd. Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight came out with a critic of 85, points of 15. Joelle decided she was going to take her time off and put it to good use by bidding on Persona 4 Revival with a bid of $1 as a counter pick. Wow. Okay, she picked up a counter pick. Nice. Who had that? It's on your list, Kat. So I guess she's counting on that not coming out this year, maybe.
Probably not.
So yeah, how do we stand in the standings on the podcast league? Joelle is in first, Kat is in second, I am in third. Just to give you a little bit of, we're not that far apart. I thought, oh no, our actual points were pretty far apart. I'm like half of you guys. Joelle has 74.67 points. Kat, you have 72.57 points. And I have 38.57 points. But then I look at the list and I've got nothing. So I gotta do some work next Friday.
You gotta pick up some games because, like, for a while I was trailing behind because all my games kind of like started to. I haven't had a game that was publishing before March.
Yeah,
most of my games are publishing now. Just like pam.
So I got First Light that's coming out on the 27th. I thought, for the love of God, I thought that was coming out on the 28th, but no, it's coming out on Wednesday. Wednesday's a weird day to release a game.
Mm-hmm.
I need to play that. There's a reason why I put it in my Fantasy Critic. Okay, I really hope it's good. Dear God, make it be good. Okay, in the Community League, Forza Horizon 6 was on Jessica Starr's list, so 21 points go to Jessica Starr. Yoshi and the Mysterious Book, which came out on Thursday, was on my list. I got 9 points there. Stainsby Kingsby had Warhammer 40,000 Mechanicus 2? Mechanicus. Oh my God. Way to make it hard for Lee to pronounce. Critic of 82, points of 12. Way to go. Coffee Talk Tokyo release. Critic of 82, points of 12. That was on Offshore Meteors list. And then Zero Parades for Dead Spires, also on Offshore Meteors list. Critic of 83, points of 13. Then on Friday, that Lego Batman Legacy of the Dark Knight was on Ari Richter's list. Critic of 85, points of 15. There were no bids and no drops. Let me roll through the list as I scroll to the top of the page. In first place is Jessica Starr, followed by Phoenix, then Ross, then Joelle, then Offshore Meteor, Pat, Darth Stridius, Aria Richter, Kat, Stainsby Kingsby, Margot Plays, myself, and JK and Fred. Yep. We are all over the place here. The most points someone has is 89, and that's Jessica Starr. And then Fred has 3, and JK has 7, and I have 22. So we've got some work to do, folks.
Pick up some games.
Yeah, well, the time is coming. Well, I guess with the PlayStation event happening on the 2nd, there's an opportunity to try and grab some games. But then if the actual show is Friday night, you're not going to be able to pick up those games until... Because you're in the bidding war at that point. You're not, or you're in the the segment of the week where you can only like rebid on things that other people have bid on, not on the pick games. So like Monday's gonna be a mad dash.
Oh yeah, that site's gonna crash.
Yeah, maybe they did that intentionally. Coffee Talk Tokyo. Gonna have to pick that up.
Yeah, same. It was on my radar and I forgot it was coming out now.
Yeah, it's coming out now. Or it's out now.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's so many cute games out there. I just keep saving things on that game tracker app that I want to play. Power Lives came out today.
Yeah, that's another one that I didn't know about, and I was just like, how did I not know? I want this.
I knew of, but was just waiting for a release date, but now it's in early access. And I think it's on for like $40 or something in Steam. But yeah, that's apparently the Sim Killer or the Sims Killer.
Yeah. It
So-
looks more stable and more accessible than the other one that was done by published by Crafton, the one that was like something
Inzoi?
Enzoy, yeah.
Yeah.
That one looked really good, but it like I think it required a small naval spaceship to be able to run.
Or Mike's new computer.
Yeah, exactly. Paralives look like they have a polished but more like low polygon art style. You know, it has a lot of character, but I think it's probably running on something a bit smaller.
Yeah. Do you know who develops it? Because I saw them. They did they had a TikTok that I saw today of them turning it live on Steam. It's got very positive on the English reviews right now out of 1,700 or so. They were speaking French, so now I'm like, where are they from?
Alex Massé and team.
Yeah,
That is either very French or very Quebecois.
Okay, so let me.
I don't know. His site doesn't work.
Alex and team Paralives. Go. Where are you located? Wikipedia. It's a lot of very French names. So just trying to figure out now where developer is Paralive Studios. Okay.
Yeah. So it looks like a first publishing from an indie team. He's in Montreal. I was able to load his Twitter.
Nice. I was like, and the French sounded very, very.
Well, I mean,
Quebecois.
But that means nothing. We have so many French people here who move here from Europe. But yeah, he's probably either or.
Yeah,
but yeah, that means that's another one for the Canadian Game Awards.
I know. I don't know if early access counts.
Next year's Game Awards.
It was scheduled. This was supposed to come out in December for early access, but then was delayed till today, the day that we're recording this podcast, May 25th. I can't wait to play this. So Paralives will take place in an open world environment with employment opportunities alongside events such as festivals. Players can build houses, create characters, control their lives in a desired way. The character creator, titled as Paramaker, allows customization of the appearance and personality of the Parafolk, the name of the in-game characters. Players are able to customize the physique and height of the Parafolk, the root and shade of hair. Clothing and accessories can be toggled and intended using color swatches, color wheels, and texture. Okay, I'm just reading Wikipedia's thing, but this is going to be fun. I can't wait to play this. See also games related: Inzoi, Life by You, and The Sims. Exactly what we thought. Look, The Sims has been so stagnant for so long, and they canceled doing Sims 5 that they need some other competition, so they like do the thing and like improve on the game and
and like
make more.
How much does the sim cost if you want every goddamn expansion out there?
Oh my God!
Like
don't even.
Thousands of dollars.
I've looked into that at one point because I was like, I want to play it. Like, I want to do it and have all the things. And like, sure, if you're releasing DLC for a game over X number of years, there's going to be a lot of it. But it makes it borderline impossible for someone to jump in unless there's like a severely discounted version with at least 50% of the DLCs in it. Yeah. But I wasn't playing Paralives this weekend because it hadn't released yet. But I am playing Subnautica 2. Kat, what are you playing right now? You mentioned Diablo 4. How was your couch co-op in that?
It's okay. So we had to go through the whole process of making a Xbox account for my friend and then making a Blizzard account and then linking the two.
Oh my goodness.
I thought, like, you don't have a Blizzard account? You're playing Diablo 3. And she was like, I don't think so. So I don't know if Diablo 3 on the Switch is exempt from the Blizzard account.
I don't know.
Or she made it with another email. I don't know.
Maybe.
But she was like, I got to make an Xbox account. I'm like, do you have a basic ass Microsoft account? A personal Microsoft account. She's like, yeah, like to log into Microsoft.com. I'm like, yeah. If you bot like Word or something. It's like, yeah. I'm like, log in with that. They'll make you a gamer tag, whatever. And then she made the Blizzard account. It was also, it took us 2 hours to download it because it's 150 gigabytes or something like that. I had to remove so many games from my Xbox.
Oh, yeah. Playing that dance of how much is on the hard drive.
Well, considering that, okay, because I subbed to Game Pass Saturday morning, and I did 2 things: download Mixtape and download Forza. And I played a bit of Mixtape. I'm maybe halfway through the game. And when she came over, I was like, we can do the car game or whatever. And then or I can find like co-op games. Maybe we can play Cloud or whatever. And she saw Diablo 4. She lost her shit. And I was filtering through like local co-op. She was like, we can play this together now. And I was like, yeah, but there's no Cloud Play. I got to install it. And it downloaded for 2 hours. So during that 2 hours, she played Little Kitty Big City.
What'd she think?
She enjoyed it. She ran around like just dropping shit and meowing at people. She loved it. Because that was on there already, and I'm like, I'm not going to delete that. That's barely 2 gigs. But I did uninstall like sports games that we're not playing anymore and stuff like that. So to make room now, okay, I have to keep Diablo 4 on my machine for when she comes over so that we can play through it. So I've essentially given her like, I don't know, a quarter of my SSD.
Nice. It's a real friend right there.
Out of friendship because she can't play it elsewhere. But yeah, so, and my thinking of resubbing to Game Pass Ultimate was like, I saw Forza was out and I was like, do I just buy it? But I'm not like Mike, like with his, racing sim rig and everything. Like I fuck around for like 3 months. I come back maybe later. I don't play Forza consistently. So I was like $100, or I could sub to Game Pass Ultimate for $30 for the month. Play Mixtape, play that. But between that and just my friend now having a Diablo 4 addiction that I've stoked, and I've created the monster for myself.
It's your fault. You did it yourself.
Yeah, lack of foresight there. I think I'm gonna get my $30 worth this month.
Yeah.
But yeah, I still have like Spider-Man 2 installed and ready to go on the PS5. But I was like, people were talking about Mixtape. I'm like, I could use that as I'm in the amuse-bouche, and I'll play like a bit of Forza. And I think at the end of the month, I'll just unsub and I'll go back to Spider-Man 2. But now I don't know how long I'll have to keep. But I think Diablo 4 might not be part of Ultimate. It might be part of some of the lower tiers.
Maybe because it's been out for a while. I feel like they're pushing the Ultimate with the higher price point for certain games.
And
right?
certain like releases. Like eventually Forza Horizon 6 will trickle down to some of the lower tiers. But like that's one of those, like, if you want to play it now, you got to pay more.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll see. We're also locked out of some of the content because I don't have the 2 DLCs, because you only get the base game with Game Pass.
Oh, okay. You didn't. Oh, you don't get
Lord of Hatred and the other one.
Yeah, that's it. You would have to buy those separately on top, right?
Yeah. So there's 3 classes we couldn't play.
Mm.
And she was like, I was like, okay, girl, you got 5. Like, forget the 3 that are locked. I'm like, we don't got DLC money this month.
It took you 2 hours to download the first patch, let alone the 2 DLCs. Come on.
All right, let's try to see if we play through the base game first.
Mm-hmm.
But already, like in the skill tree of the characters, you could see that some stuff was locked behind the DLC, like some higher end skills. But I don't think we need them for the base game, because the DLC is like extra progression. So
yes, those, what do they call it? Paragon.
Yeah,
I always forget.
She was telling me the whole thing. Like, she knows. Yeah. My friend is
not a gamer. I own Diablo 4. I should know. Also, where's Joelle when we need her?
Yeah. But my friend is not a gamer. But her knowledge of Diablo gameplay and lore and progression is unparalleled. I was like, I underestimated how much Diablo this woman has played.
Diablo's such a good series, though. I don't know what it is about it that just like sucks you in. I don't know if it's the darkness of it all. Like, I think
Or
we're
the
all
looting.
we're all a little macabre inside. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or
We
just the
always kinda
constant
gravitate.
looting.
Yeah, the looting has something to do with it. The feeling very powerful to being like some kind of like wizard of some sort to be able to shoot like thunderbolts from your fingertips. I mean, the power trip is real, right?
Yeah. It's honestly like I've never enjoyed Diablo gameplay because it's like so repetitive and whatnot, but the couch co-op is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like we were playing on Series X. I think the only problem is one of my controllers, one of the sticks is on its way out. So I gave her like my nice controller, and I was like, I'll be aboard the struggle bus. It's fine. I've played with Joy-Cons that drift and stuff like that. If it gets like really intense, I'll go get a new controller.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, the couch co-op is so well done on Diablo. It's so good. Like once you get to the other side of like setting up the accounts and whatever, now her account is on my console,
Mm-hmm.
and when she's over, we can play. If she wants to play solo while I'm puttering around the house, she can. But yeah, no, it was so responsive to play, and I guess because it's like top down, like isometric.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not very close, like it's easy to have the two characters on the screen
Mm-hmm.
and just kind of like move about. But yeah, she kept saying it was a lot. It was like a much prettier Diablo 3, essentially.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, she said a lot of the gameplay is the same. A lot of the mechanics are the same. We were just running around like shooting shit, destroying shit, and just getting as much loot as we can and getting as much XP as we can, and just kind of like. She also was like constantly messing with her build and changing it and optimizing it. And I was just like, I picked a sorcerer. I was like, fire. I got a point. Okay, lightning. I got another. Okay, ice. But she's like, oh, you have to look, some powers. You can make combos. I was like, yeah, I see that one ice power makes more damage if the enemies are already frozen or whatnot. But I'm like, we're level 3, girl. Like, and I've seen that there's a respec mode and you can spend and unspend as many points as you want. Like, it's very low stake here.
Mm-hmm.
Very low stake. Like, I'm not Googling or going on Reddit for like optimal builds here. Like,
it's your first
vibes. I was also running a low grade fever from a possible, like, I suspect slight food poisoning. So I was just like, girl, you are way too I'm just going to be behind throwing lightning bolts and fireballs. You do you, girl.
Yeah. What was she playing as?
She made a druid.
Nice.
And I made a sorcerer. But she was doing a druid that seems more like spellcasting, less shape-shifting and getting into it. But I mean, she might redo her build at one point. But yeah, she was texting me just before the podcast being like, damn, I want to play Diablo now. I was like, she was also hankering for pizza on Sunday, but the pizza place near me wasn't open on Sundays. And I was like, you know what? Next weekend, we're doing a whole Diablo afternoon and I'll make you pizza.
Nice.
Homemade crust, the whole 9 yards. I still have homemade pizza sauce in the freezer. I was like, pizza and Diablo this weekend or the next, whenever it's raining outside and she can't go to her cycling activities. I was like, let's do it. And I'm just happy that we can find these kind of co-op games. Like It Takes Two is great, Unravel is great. We haven't done Split Fiction yet, stuff like that. I was like, oh, we should do that one. But then as soon as she saw Diablo, she was like, we could be playing this all the time. And I'm like, I played stuff like Torchlight or Bastion, they're Diablo adjacent, basically Diablo clones. So I was like, I'm kind of familiar with it. I know I don't enjoy it as much, like enough to play it alone, but just the two of us kind of like mindlessly like bashing shit while she's just like, so what do you want to do? And she just kind of like went off and off about like what we're going to do and how we're going to do it. And I was just like, you know what? This is perfect. This is the way I enjoy Diablo.
I didn't expect that from Uva.
Yeah, she got into Diablo because of a friend of ours, which is actually a girl we reconnected with during our high school reunion. And she was heavy into Diablo 3 at the time. And you could play local co-op on the PlayStation 4, and they played together, and she got into it. She found out it was on the Switch, and then she played on it. And she played on seasons, like getting into leaderboards and grinding and stuff for a while. And during the pandemic, she was like on her Switch between games like Stardew Valley and Diablo and stuff like that. I wonder if she played Animal Crossing. I don't know. But she has like the two, she doesn't game a lot, but her two gaming sides are like a farm or fucking Diablo. And it's just such a weird
Killing
dichotomy.
things in hell.
It's such a weird dichotomy. And I'm like, yeah, but she doesn't. And even her gaming is probably a quarter of what you and I game. You know, she gets into these phases and then whatever.
Cat, most people is a quarter of what you and I
Yeah,
game.
I think so. I'm also very skewed and biased because a lot of my friends are just like gamers.
True.
Yeah. And a lot of my colleagues. So yeah, no, it's a side of her I had forgotten about that I discovered this weekend. And now I am going to be a Diablo player, but exclusive couch co-op.
Nice. You said you got to play a little mixtape. What'd you think?
It's so good. Oh my
Isn't
God.
it?
Yeah. I gave it as a recommendation to my sister-in-law and my brother-in-law.
Really?
Yeah. So they have a 1.5-year-old.
Okay.
So they don't get to game a lot, but they love, especially her, she loves narrative games. And I was like, yo, so my friend Leah said this game was the bomb. It's a narrative game and it can be done in 3 hours, so they could do it in a few nap times. And it's like it's based all around music and stuff like that. And I know they love music and they love culture. So these kind of games are like their jam. So I don't know if they got it. I was like, it's like $40, maybe max.
Not even. I think it was even cheaper. I think it's like $20.
Oh yeah, so
$25 or something like that. M-I-X-T-A-P.
It's the same people that made The Artful Escape, right?
I don't know. I don't want to say for sure. Yeah, it's $25 right now. Oh, and it's behind a wall saying this game may contain content not appropriated for all ages. I need to put in my birth date to look at it.
It's because there's underage drinking.
Because there's drinking in it. Yeah.
But yeah, I gave them a recommendation. I said, it's on my list. I'll let you know if I play it. And yeah, I played about an hour and a half on Saturday while having breakfast. I was like, yo, this is like the Teenage Fever Dream, like the best Teenage Fever Dream game ever. And the playlist is dope. Like, I know you shared it. I was like, I don't want to look at it. I want to discover it with the game.
Good stuff.
But yeah. And they have this one scene where in the car jamming out to Freak by Silverchair, and I activated like a sleeper agent. Haven't heard that song in maybe 10, 15 years. Still know every fucking lyric to it.
How is it? That like blows my mind sometimes, where I can't remember whether or not I unplugged the flat iron and turned off the stove before I left the house, and second guess myself 3 or 4 times. But if a certain song comes on, it's like it awakens something in me that my memory becomes like, if I hear that Savage Garden song, I know every goddamn word, and they're spitting those words like so fast. Yet I don't
like
know if I turned off the flat iron. Like, what the hell? Also, that drives my husband mad because I can never remember, and he's always like, "You turned it off," and I'm like, I don't believe myself. Anyways, the scene where they're going through the streets with the shopping cart.
Oh my God, so good. So good.
So good.
So good. Like, you have to ask yourself, like, how much of it is like just them elevating the story in their memories and how much of it actually happened. But
it reminds me of that, right? Like,
yeah,
think about the tales, like, you talk about, like, this crazy night that you and your friends had. And, like, yeah, it was probably really fun and whatever. But when you go and reenact it, you, like, you know, you paraphrase, you give a little bit more fluff, you know, you make it
yeah,
a little bit more energetic. But, like, it does remind me of the shenanigans we used to get up to as, you know, teenagers and stuff, which I don't know if kids today, which seems so weird for me to say, but, like, I don't feel like they have that same kind of freedom because they're so connected. So they can't, the shenanigans they get up to are
yeah.
way more extreme and way scarier than what we did.
Yeah, I feel like kids nowadays are way too, they don't get a lot of unstructured, unsupervised time
Yeah.
anymore.
It's
A
like,
lot
make
of
your
what
own
we
fun.
did, yeah, a lot of what we did was just boredom. Like when they have that scene where they just waste an afternoon through a field, like
Yeah.
do kids just go out like with their bike and go in a field and just kind of like sit there and make up stories and run around and frolic anymore? Like,
Mm,
or are you at home with your iPad all the time? And
yeah.
like, I say this as a kid who grew up with game console and game a lot.
Oh, yeah.
I still had like my parents were like, "All right, out of the house.
Yeah.
Come back when the, you know, when
Streetlights turn
the
on.
street lights turn on or whatever
Yeah.
around
That
8 or
us
9."
too.
Yeah. We
Yeah.
bought you a bike for a reason. Bye.
Get out of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm glad you're liking it. It's so good.
And the style is so good too.
The writing is so good. It
Yeah.
feels like they feel like wicked smart, but like in that like cheeky, like knows too much smart too, in
Yeah.
some of the words that they use. And I'm just like, yeah, you're an arts kid.
Yeah, they 100% talk like art school kids.
Yep.
I was like, I can hear myself sometimes in the main girl. I'm just like, ugh,
Yeah.
you're insufferable, like I
Yeah.
was.
Like we all were. Gay teenagers.
Yeah.
My. Subnautica 2. It has its teeth in me. The Leviathans I've met a few times to my great demise. In some cases, no, I survived though. A game is so goddamn good. So I'm definitely further than I was the last time I spoke to it.
Mhm.
Can easily say that yes, they deserve their bonuses. I was listening to a few things, Kat, of people talking about it. Apparently, because of all of this, they had delayed, you know, with delaying the release of the early access, also delayed, you know, them, you know, trying to make their bonus or whatever else. And they've been doing exceptionally well on sales. There's this YouTube channel called Bellular News. Have you ever heard of it, Kat?
No.
Bellular News. Anyways, so he covers a lot of these kind of bigger stories that happen over the gaming world, and obviously Subnautica 2 has been a big one for that. And 3 days ago, he dropped a video called Crafton's Punishment Just Got a Lot Worse, where he talks about, you know, everything that has gone on with this game, a little bit of the history into the story, and then getting into like the big hoopla with the legal of it all, where now they reinstated the ex owner so that they could put out the game, and he controls the Steam page. And like people were confused because they thought they were just supporting the studio that worked on Subnautica, but actually no, they just changed the name of the developer on and publisher on the Steam page, but they're still tied to Crafton, right? But anyways, part of their bonus structure and how it was built may actually cause Crafton to lose money, which is fascinating. And a little bit, let's say a lot of karma.
That
So,
is vindication.
I mean, I can't say it as eloquently as the gentleman who hosts Bellular News, but I'm going to drop it in the document for this this here podcast, so Kat can add it. I highly suggest going and checking it out because yeah, it's great. And yeah, if you like his channel, go check it out. He covers lots of different stories and breaks down some of the stuff too. Like even we were talking a bit about the RAM prices and things like that. And he was saying about, how people were saying, RAM's going down a little bit, but that's a little bit of fake. That doesn't mean things are going to get cheaper because RAM's coming down in prices and stuff. But yeah, I've essentially watched most of his videos that have come out over the past little while. 4 hours ago, the story we're talking about today, Bungie pulled the plug on Destiny 2. Now I get to go and learn more about that, even past what we're talking about today, because I haven't had an opportunity to watch that YouTube video yet. But yeah, goddamn, Subnautica is so much fun. It doesn't have a right to be this good fun. Also, it's not done, so I'm gonna get more, but when?
That's just the early access. Imagine the full game.
Oh my god. Yeah, I'm so excited. More Subnautica. All right, folks, we do not have a podcast game this week because we're all exhausted. So we're just gonna take a break and get into the news. All right, let's go. All right, we're back with some news stories. Catherine, take us through our first story of the week.
Yeah, so speaking of early access, Star Citizen got $1 billion in crowdfunding and is still in early access. Yeah, so for those who don't know, Star Citizen has been completely crowdfunded for a while, or mostly crowdfunded, by selling ships and things like that and keeping the game in early access. But today,
May 24th, Sunday.
Yeah. So as of Sunday, yesterday, when we're recording, a few days later, once you get to listen to this, the milestone pop that players, the milestone pop earlier today, courtesy of the 6.5 million players who have donated over 743 million pounds since the game was announced in 2021. So adjusted to US
2012.
dollars.
Sorry, 2012, Kat.
2012, yes, sorry. So adjusted to US dollars, that's like $1 billion.
Wow.
So CIG says that as a crowd-funded project, Star Citizen Scope is based directly on the support provided by our backers. Money pledge goes directly into the game's development. And what kind of pushed over the edge is they launched a new spaceship for $5,000 or 3,700 pounds. The Anvil Odin capital ship. It's not available yet. It's a limited vehicle concept page with no release date. So they published a JPEG of a spaceship for $5,000.
What?
Listen, in our Discord, one of our mods, Chip7, is a Star Citizen player.
Mm-hmm.
And he enjoys it a lot. And, from what he's posted in the past, I think ever since we've had the Discord, he's been playing this game and posting about it.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy how much the game has gone from kind of like a prototype to almost a fully fledged release. It's evolved so much to the point where I'm like, why don't the game could be out? Because I work on a 10-year-old life game. You could have had your game out.
This game is older than your game.
It's much older than For Honor. It's
Yeah.
older. It's older than a lot of. I think WoW might be only one of the.
It's as old as Minecraft.
Oh, Jesus Christ! Yeah.
I think didn't Minecraft come out in 2012? Maybe not in early access, but in 1.0 release. Formula release November 2011, so very damn close. Alpha release in 2009. So damn, but it hit early access in 2012. So, worked on a little bit before. God damn, this game has made more money before release than almost every other game, save, our good friends over at Rockstar. And maybe Blizzard Activision.
But yeah, it's just I don't get why at one point you just put the game out. Are they waiting for it to be done and then they put it out and they never touch it again. I'm like, this 12-year-long early access is basically just a live game strategy at this point.
Yeah, I mean, at what point does it evolve from early access into live game if you're constantly updating it like this and adding features like they are?
Yeah, I
Okay.
think Star Citizen players would need to like maybe like Chip or whatever answer to this. Is it early access because they reserved the right to like wipe your progress? Like, are they wanting to backtrack, wipe progress, completely redo things compared to a live game where, you know, you have to protect a player's progression, for example? That's my question, is like, what's the advantage of them being in early access versus published? Are they doing shit like completely wiping progress or restarting characters, or, you know, I'm guessing they're not deleting your ships if you're buying them.
They couldn't. That would be so.
No.
That'd be so bad.
But it's just me. Like, I think don't have enough information where I'm just like, I don't understand how this is just a 12-year-long early access when it could have been a 12-year-long live game cycle.
All right, we might have to get Chip or somebody from the Discord channel who's playing this to come in and talk to us about it and see what life has been like going through this.
Because,
you know,
or is it
series
how
of events.
Is it how they keep it like with crowdfunding because it's not out yet?
Yeah. I don't know. It's so weird, but also a 5,000 pound JPEG of a picture of a ship that you can't even play yet. You're just getting promised. Because that's the thing. They might not, it could go under and they might never get the money back if they didn't get their ship. $1 billion in crowdfunding? Good Lord.
It could have been $1 billion in game profit if the game was out.
God damn. That's crazy.
Like, at one point, they got to be running some kind of financial fraud to keep. That's why they keep it in early access. I don't know. Like, I'm just baffled by this.
It's crazy
strategy. This release strategy, and this marketing strategy, and this monetization strategy. What is it? I'm not seeing.
Yeah, we're gonna have to dig deeper. We're gonna have to find somebody who knows more about this than we do to understand what is the business or tactical or development reason why you keep a game in early access, which is essentially infinite beta at this point, and still be making $1 billion. At what point do you consider that game out as a geez, like I
what
would never think.
What stage of completion do you need?
Yeah. And the thing is it's space, this game. They could literally say it goes on for bloody ever.
Yeah.
It has no final frontier. Bring it back to Star Trek. All right, while I wrap my brain around that one, games that never get out, never actually release in full. Let's turn the tables a little bit. Let's talk about a game that's sunsetting.
Yeah, space game that's going bye-bye. Destiny 2. Their final major content update in June 2026. So that's Monument of Triumph will be the last final update to Destiny 2. After that, Bungie says it's doing this so we can begin work incubating our next games.
Wow.
Yeah. So all future expansion and content updates for the game have been canceled. In a blog post, it said that our focus turns towards new beginnings for Bungie. We will begin work incubating our next games. Though active development may be concluding, we will ensure that Destiny 2 remains playable just as the original Destiny is today. Many changes in this final update will aim to ensure that Destiny 2 is a welcoming place for players to return to. So Monument of Triumph, which was previously known as Shadow and Order, was initially set to launch in March 2026, but was delayed to June due to its proximity to the release of Marathon. And Bungie says that the update will be a collection of love letters to players across all activity types within Destiny 2. Although many were intended for future releases, we wanted to make sure that you had them in this update. So it sounds like Monument of Triumphs is essentially any content that they were working on that is shippable will kind of like be in there. And then the game will be sunsetted. Essentially, they'll go in maintenance mode, but the game will still be live. You can still play it, but there'll be no new X-Pack, no new major releases, no new updates. And I know that Stainsby in our Discord channel had a very moment of, oh my God, of mourning, basically, because he's played this game a lot with a lot of people. This is like something that, we were talking about gaming and routine and habits. This is something that's like been part of his daily life for decades. I think he's been a steady Destiny player since Destiny 1. So to know that it's just like over, it's like, oh, what's the next thing? Where are we moving on to? And this is not like a game that was like had a moment for like a couple of months and then was just pulling the plug. Like Destiny had like a very, very established and loyal player base. So I'm surprised. I'm surprised they're stopping altogether.
I remember being at Comic-Con in Montreal in 2014, 2015. It must have been 2014 we were talking about this game and a bunch of us hanging out together as we were waiting, because Comic-Con would have been end of August or so in Montreal, I want to say, and the game came out September 9th, 2014.
Yeah. Comic-Con's usually July-ish.
I vividly remember all of us like hanging out and talking about it. Or maybe it was the following year and we were talking about Destiny and someone had won a copy of Destiny from us or something like that. Yeah, I remember that. And then I remember also too being in San Francisco when Destiny 2 came out, and because I was there, well, I'd been in Vancouver for work and then went and met up with family members in San Francisco. And I went and saw Naomi Kyle and visited the IGN offices at that time. And I remember people being like, oh, Destiny's coming out. And I'm like, I'm stuck in a hotel room. I can't really play. And like watching people online, but then also kind of living the life where they got to see it. Like they got it 9 o'clock because it came out at midnight because they're on the West Coast. Yeah. Yeah, lots of memories with Destiny and playing it and just, jumping on with friends and having a good time playing that game and enjoying it. Sad to see it go. Such a tumultuous one, though, too, with what happened when they went to Destiny 2 and they recast certain characters, and then also, too, like certain key characters didn't come back and stuff like that. And yeah, sad to see it go. Surprised they're not doing a third. I figured this is something they wanted to really max out, because I remember when they talked about it, they were like, Destiny is going to be like a 10-year plan, and here's what we're doing, and all that kind of stuff. And I mean, they've obviously made their 10 years, even though they said that was going to be just the first game, not the first game and the second game, but they also put out the second game. But yeah, sad to see it go. I think they'll probably rest it and then bring back 3 at some point.
I think they'll do like marathon and like revisit it at one point. I don't think it's dead as a franchise. I think maybe they need to move on to something else. Also, like, I think a lot of studios are going for leaner production. So maybe they don't have all the staff to do Destiny and new games, and maybe, I don't know, the numbers they have or the kind of revenues, if revenues have been steadily going down, if player base have been steadily going down. It's hard to tell when you're not internal.
It's also, too, Kat, like, there's so many other games out there to play that people will jump away. But I just always felt like someone was always talking about and playing a little bit of Destiny.
Yeah, it's like, to me, Destiny was like an underdog in the shooters, right? It's always there, somebody's always kind of playing. They always get their numbers back up. Like the hype goes back up when they have a next pack. You know, it's not a Call of Duty, but it is. And you know, in terms of like PvE shooters, it was one of the only like very steady and good ones. You know, there was like them and Borderlands, I feel. I can't think of any other PvE shooters that had like online PvE shooters that had that kind of pull, because like Destiny did have a PvP mode, but it was mostly about the, you know, the PvE aspect of it, the raids and the campaigns and everything.
Well, I mean, there's the Division and even Arc Raiders. Isn't that kind of a PvE?
Arc Raiders, no, is that's like Marathon. It's a
okay.
What's the name when you go in to look for resources? An extraction shooter.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you call Division extraction shooter? Or is
no, Division, the Division 2, I've played a bit of Division 2. Division is PvE, but it's also a third-person shooter, not a first-person.
Yeah, true. It's not first person.
Yeah.
They call it a action role-playing game. That doesn't help. That's like every game.
Listen, every game is like labeled as action adventure game. Like For Honor's labeled an action adventure game, and people are like, "What is it? But was it really?" And I'm like, "It's a fighting game."
I mean, every game is an RPG because you're playing a different role in every game.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right?
And it's like Division 3. It's like, it's an action role playing. You have a gun and you're shooting down zombies.
Pew, 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 pew.
It's a third person shooter. It's like, what's your actual label? What's the label you're putting to sell games? What's your actual label? I'm sure Call of Duty also says like action role playing RPG. I'm like, oh
actually,
God.
let me Call of Duty. DUTY. Call of Duty is first person shooter.
Okay, they assume.
They assume.
We got guns.
They know.
People to gun down.
I mean, they're COD. All right. Last story. A little bit. Let's leave it on a good note, okay?
Yes.
A few weeks ago, I talked about the Canadian Game Awards and how they're back for 2026, and we talked through all the nominations. Well, on Thursday of last week, they actually had the award ceremony. I was very sad I couldn't go, but I had to work. But yeah, we've got all the winners here now. Cole's notes, Compulsion, South of Midnight, took away most of the prizes of the night, including Game of the Year. So not surprised when we were rolling through the nominees a few weeks ago. We were all kind of under the assumption that that's the way the cookie was going to crumble too. Yeah. But yeah, let me roll you through all of the categories and winners. So Game of the Year, like I just mentioned, went to South of Midnight. Studio of the Year went to Compulsion Games. Best Indie Game went to Wanderstop by Ivy Road out of Vancouver. Unfortunately, that studio has shut down. Sad.
Yep.
Sad. Best Game Design went to South of Midnight. Best Narrative went to South of Midnight. Best Art Direction went to South of Midnight. Entertainment Software Association of Canada's Fan Choice Award, which is the one that people could vote on. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage won that one. Best Audio Design went to South of Midnight. Best Score / Soundtrack also went to South of Midnight. Best Performance went to Elias Tufexis as Remy in Hell Is Us. Nice for Elias. Best Console Game went to South of Midnight. Best PC Game went to Battlefield 6. So interesting. I'm reading this from Mobile Syrup. Thank you to the wonderful Bradley Shankar for pulling this all together for us. But the interesting thing of every time they wrote where the location of each studio was, in particular when they speak to Battlefield 6, they say Battlefield Studios, coalition of 4 global studios that includes Montreal's Motive. Yeah. So, because I know that was one of the things when we were reading them off and we're like, how is this Canadian? But yeah, that's how that kind of works out. So that's lovely that Brad put that in there.
Yeah, but even for Assassin's Creed Shadows, they put Ubisoft Quebec City, Quebec. I'm like, you're missing like Montreal and Bucharest and a bunch of other like support studios. But I don't know if they're like, good enough because like it's mostly Ubisoft Quebec. But I mean, this one would have been a coalition of like 4 studios that include, but that would include like more than one Canadian studio.
Right, because of Toronto and
Well, there's always like the central
Montreal.
brand is in Montreal.
Dimitri making an appearance.
I'm sorry, are your food bowls empty? I guess I forgot to give him his pre-podcast snack.
I'd be mad too. Yeah, it's just there's a whole bunch of these that are I would say is a coalition of multiple studios together.
Yeah.
But they could have really for Assassin's Creed, they could really kind of say it's Montreal and Toronto and Quebec City and this and that, right? So best mobile game, Rainbow Six Mobile from Ubisoft Montreal. Best VR AR game went to Elsewhere Electric, that is by Games by Stitch, and they're out of Toronto. Best
My friend works there.
Yay! Best esport event went to Raptors GC tournament that happened right here in Toronto. Best esports player went to Russell Twizz's Van Dolken. He's out of Kelowna. I'm so sorry I can't say your call sign. Best esports coach went to Loic Effys Sauvageau. Catherine,
Sauvageau. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
I'm pretty close. Okay. Best esports and gaming organization went to Shopify Rebellion. They're out of Toronto. Best content creator went to Victor Lucas Electric Playground. He also won the inaugural Game Changer Award. And then innovation and accessibility went to Assassin's Creed Shadow, listed as Assassin's Creed Quebec, Quebec City, Quebec. It was all hosted by the Shepherds. Let's just say that. Jennifer Hale and Mark Meir, who played female and male Shepherd in the Mass Effect series. So that's really cool. Lots of friends of the podcast were involved in hosting and being on the committees for voting for things. Lovely to see a fun night like that. I'm really sad that I didn't get a chance to go and check it out. Hopefully next year I won't be launching a ginormous project at the same time as this is happening. Mind you, last year it was in February. Much easier of a time.
Yeah. I gotta say, there wasn't a lot of diversity in the nominations. Like, a lot of the categories are just like Battlefield, Hails Us, Lost Record, Assassin's Creed Shadows, and South of Midnight, and just kind of shuffle them.
Yeah, I mean, and it's tough too, right? Because like there's only, it's within the year. I would imagine people need to somewhat submit their games for nomination. They have to fit within a certain criteria, I guess, to be considered Canadian. And yeah, we had a lot of big games come out last year, but they weren't necessarily developed by Canada or Canadians. But here's the thing. We are developing a lot. It is very important to honor these folks. I'm hoping that more and more we'll get to see. I mean, look, we talked about Paralives. Hopefully that is,
next year
able to be up. Every so often I see a new game here and there that pops off that I'm like, holy shit, they're Canadian. Like, we need to keep pushing the fact that Canadians are super creative in this industry and can, move the needle forward and make great games, the games that everybody enjoys. South of Midnight was definitely a topic and an art style and a music style that we don't hear or see in games very often, and they should be rewarded for that. Yep. So, kudos to the team who ran the event. Looks like it went really swimmingly, and all the best for next year for the 2027 edition. Well, Kat, I think that closes out our show for this week. As always, you can check out the show notes on girlsongames.ca for all the stories, including that link to that YouTube video if you guys want to check it out and dig more into the Subnautica steamy story that it is. If you have the power to rate and review this podcast where you're consuming it, that'd be much appreciated. Why? It helps us with discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and any comment you leave helps us build our show. As always, I want to give Catherine the opportunity to shout out her social media handle so you can follow her anywhere and everywhere online. Catherine, where can people find you?
I am CSDSBINS on Blue Sky, Instagram, but I mostly hang out in the Girls on Games Discord nowadays.
And I am Leah Jewer on most social media platforms, but of course you want to know everything there is to know about Girls on Games. You can track us down at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever want to know anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. It's been another lovely week in video games. I'm off to go down into the deep sea depths, and hopefully I will not encounter another Leviathan, because they are spooky as shit and scary. Yeah. maybe this time next week, instead of being underwater, I'm gonna be a super spy secret agent and just be suave and debonair and be the 007 of it all
and shoot people down.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Bye.